If you hear some background noise, I'm sorry. Hey everyone, it's your girl Sin. I actually want to start something new here, and it's going to be all about iopsychology. I'm stoked, as you can see, to start this series on my channel because I want to share the knowledge with everybody, you or other people out there, or other students who are interested in joining a program. When I first realized I wanted to join a program, and I kind of didn't know where to go or who to turn to for advice or guidance. So I'm here now, your new BFF in all the stuff of IO. So really the reason why I'm here is to talk about the stuff that I learned about, share it, because I think it's so important to actually spread the knowledge and to talk about it. What is it going to do if I just hold this knowledge to myself? I want to put it out there to the world. Maybe you're interested in joining a program, or maybe you just have questions, or you're just kind of wanting to learn about it, and that's what I'm here for. So really this information is for all the knowledge seekers out there. I'm your girl. Let's drop the knowledge and get started. So I just want to share a little bit of background on who I am and why I'm talking about it. So I did my undergrad in psychology, and I just finished my grad program back in December of 2019. It's probably one of my greatest accomplishments ever, just because it's something I've always wanted to do. And I loved my program. It was 2 years long. We met on Monday nights. I could go into more detail all about the program in another video. In this video, I really want to focus on intro to IO. So you might ask yourself, what is IO? I've heard it here and there, and maybe it's not even talked about so much in intro to psych classes, but I might have seen it here and there. I maybe saw it on the curriculum as like a class that I could take. Let's not overcomplicate it. It's just putting psychology principles into business. If you want to break it down even further, you totally can. Industrial usually means the analytical stuff like job analysis, job performances, training. Think about it as like the technical side. Whereas organization has to do with more the people side, like leadership, motivation, work-life balance. You're probably going to hear a lot of talk about the scientist-practitioner model because we are scientists in a way where we're using research and theory to test what is working and what we can apply into the work. I think that's one of the things that I like about IO too. It's that it's supported by research. So you're not just saying, oh, this is going to work because I think it's going to work. No, you're going to say, you know what, research supports that blank and blank work. Now, if you have a guidance counselor or an advisor at your college or university, you might have them talk to you or guide you to PSYOP, which stands for the Society for Industrial and Organizational Psychology. Basically, it's an association where you can network with other people. They have great discounts for students, so I would probably wait until you're in the program, or if you're already enrolled in school. And if you're into research, hey, you never know, maybe you'll be able to present at one of their conferences. So there's a lot of pioneers in IO Psych, and I don't want to bore you with the whole list of names. You might hear about Hugo Munsterberg, Walter Dill Scott, and James McKean Cattell. If I didn't butcher any of those names. So during World War II, that's really when this field of study started to become more prosperous. Started testing these Army recruits to measure their intellectual ability. And they started doing that with Army Alpha and Army Beta. Army Alpha was for those that could read, and Army Beta was for those individuals that were not able to read. Frank and Lilith Gilbreth were also two other pioneers who studied motion in people. They wanted to see if it would help improve productivity and lower fatigue. And you will definitely learn about the Hawthorne Studies and the Hawthorne effects. So the Hawthorne study themselves were a series of collaborative investigations at the Hawthorne works of Western Electric. So while they were being observed, they noticed that their behavior changed and their performance changed. It showed that your work environment actually had an effect on how you performed at work. So there are two books that I read while studying IO, and the first one was the Introduction to Industrial and Organizational Psychology, 6th edition, and this is by Ronald E. Riccio. I also read the other book, Industrial and Organizational Psychology, an Applied Approach by Michael G. Amon. Both books are really great, and I think they did a fantastic job of really breaking down what IO was, and it really helped encompass everything at a more, I guess you can say, macro level. It doesn't go too far into detail with certain topics, but I think it does a great job of kind of giving you an umbrella of what you will dive into as you progress into your program and learn about different things in a little bit more detail. I don't want to go without showing you guys this awesome website. It's called ONET, aka Occupational Information Network. Shout out to one of my professors, Dr. Andy Stenhouse, who showed this to us because I thought it was such a great resource and tool to use. It gives you really specific descriptors of different occupations. And in this case, we're going to look up IO. So let's go back to the main page, and I already have it here on the search bar. This bright outlook means that it looks like it has potential for growth in the future. So let's click on that. And once you get to the next page, you can see that it gives you awesome job-related titles that you can hold, different occupation, different ways that you can get into a career within this field. Down below, it gives you different tasks that you may do, technology that you'll need to be savvy in, of course. SPSS, you have to know it. You just have to become familiar with it. As you read on, you'll find other information that is going to be very helpful for you to understand if this is going to be a field of study that you'll want to get into. Why study IO? It really has the potential to enhance the workplace and to make life better for people. It is a very people-focused field of study, but what I really like about it, like I mentioned before, is that it uses science and research to back up what you're stating. So with that said, you're going to need to get comfortable with research. There's no doubt about it. So in my program, I had to complete a thesis and it involves doing research. There was also an applied approach where you can go work for someone or kind of do research for them, whatever it may be that you're interested in or that they may want you to do. Both great opportunities to learn and to kind of gain a little bit more knowledge. If you choose to do that applied for route, I think it gives you more of an advantage because you're able to work one-on-one. I wasn't able to do that because I work a full-time job, so I feel like it would be fair really in my circumstance to not be able to be there as much as maybe somebody who didn't work full-time. We also didn't have to do an internship, but I would really recommend that you try to do one if you have the time for it. Get yourself out there, build those connections as much as you can, especially while you are in school, because it's really easy for you to talk about those things in the classroom setting. Another big reason why you might want to get into this program is because to advance in your career, it typically requires a little bit more of a higher education, and that could be the reason why you're going back to school as well, just to kind of gain your own skills and knowledge. I felt like going this route because I felt like my work would be so much more impactful in a workplace setting, and also not even just in a workplace setting. Eventually I want to kind of do consulting, and I think the best way to start is by sharing free knowledge and just showing that I'm passionate about this stuff and I want to share it to the world. So that's why I'm here doing this, kind of giving you guys a brief heads up of what you may be getting into and what you will experience in your program. So each week I'll be diving deep into different topics, and I am super excited to talk about this because it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. I hope you stay with me. Most importantly, I hope you learn something from this because that's really what I want to do. My purpose behind these videos are to share what I love, and it's all about just making the workplace better. I've just always felt passionate about it, and I don't know, I'm super stoked. And anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next video, but I'm so excited to get this series up and at 'em. I will catch you guys in the next video.